Alright, I'm going to start by telling you my day and how fucked up it has been. So last week, I woke up and woke up really early and thought that I was going to be on time to therapy and I was going to be there right at 11:30. And then, my therapist called me 11:20 and asked me if I was coming because really my appointment was at 11 and had been at 11 for like 6 weeks at that point. Okay. So today I wake up and it's 10:30 and I was like, mother of God, I'm gonna be late if I don't leave right now. So I like totally bust my ass and I get out of the house and I'm looking like some hammered shit, just dreadful, right? And I get over there and I walk up to the door and it's 11 o'clock and there was no one there. It's like, wait a second. I know she said something about on November 3rd we weren't going to meet until 1:30. And then I realized that today was November 3rd, and I was like, oh, no, God. So I drove all the way back home, hung out, talked to a friend of mine for a while, and then turned around and went back. Oh, I did shower, actually, which is one thing I hadn't done previously. So I showered and went back. And what a pain, let me tell you. I don't know where my head has been. And I have this weird, again, with this weird depressive symptoms. I know I keep talking about them, and I'm sure that's kind of kind of getting old. But, a lot of it's just like ambivalence. Like, I just don't, I don't care. You want to go out with your friends? No, I'd rather lay on my floor, actually, by myself. Sounds like a better idea. Like, who, that's not me. Who does that? I know I sound like an ologist then. But who does that? I mean, I know that people do, but that's not me. That's not me. That's not the me that I've always known because I've always been really social. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just this eating disorder that isolates you, which I know it does, or if it's going through this whole therapeutic process and, everything else is just like fourth place. I don't know. I don't know. And then let's see. So I had my session, I left. It was really hard for me to leave therapy today because it was only an hour instead of an hour and a half. I didn't really feel like I got anything out. I feel like we're just kind of, rehashing the whole I'm depressed. Here's medication's weird. We're still trying to figure it out, and we talked about one of the collages I had made, and that was it. And then it was time for me to go. And so I was kind of kicking my feet to leave, and then once I left, I realized I was going to be like 15 minutes late to pick up, 15 minutes late to work, because I pick up the two kids, one of the families I work for, two of those kids I pick up from school on Wednesdays, and I was going to be late to pick them up from school. Great. This is the same family that I was late to pick them up by like 45 minutes because I was sleeping on my floor at the beginning of this whole weird depression thing. It's the same family. So I called the dad who was in a meeting. I left him a message, and then I called the school and told him I'd be late, and I called the dad back and told him I had it taken care of. And then today again, he pulls me aside as I'm walking out, and he's like, is there anything going on? Do you need help? Is there, we're used to you being so pulled together, and you've just, you haven't been like that lately, and we're just concerned for you. And I know for a fact that it was truly concern. And he wasn't being condescending in any way, nor was he being suspicious, really. Just concerned. And I just told him, I just got a lot going on right now, but and I apologize for it, spilling it over into my, work life, and, that I would try harder, and, but know that everything was fine. I just had a lot going on, which, hi, complete lie. But what do? If I tell them what's going on, or even give them an inkling, they're going to be like, okay, well, that's fine, take some time off. I can't take any time off, because that one day a week that I work for you pays for my medication. So, without that, I'm really sunk. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck, because this whole therapy thing is so expensive. And without insurance, you know, I have to pay for it all out of pocket, and I'm spending like almost $500 a month. There's so many bills I haven't paid in, I mean, like, ever. My student loan, I have not paid that in like since July, because I can't afford to. Because right now, therapy and psychiatry and medicine is more important. So there's a lot that I'm really like, you know, robbing one to pay the other, and it's a lot. What else was I going to say? Oh, I'm on my way to IOP right now. The topic tonight in group is self-identity, and I have no idea how this is going to go. And I don't have any Ativan with me, which really sucks, because I just binged and purged before I got in the car, so like, 10 minutes ago, and I'm not feeling calmed down at all, and that does not make me happy. And I decided I didn't want to bring my purse with me because it was just kind of going to be cumbersome, which means I don't have any medicine with me, and I'm completely anxious. And self-identity is a difficult topic for me because honestly, I feel like I am three things. Like, I feel like I don't have an identity that's specific to me, first of all, and second of all, I feel like here's who I am. You want me in 3 sentences? Here's who I am. Here's Eleni. I am bulimic. I was sexually abused and raped several times. I was physically and verbally abused by my mom my entire life. Those are the 3 things that make up who I am. That's it. And I don't know how to be anything else. And I think that's why it's so difficult for me to give up my eating disorder, because if I'm not my eating disorder, then who am I? Because that's one of the 3 things that makes up me. Do you see what I mean? So, I get really stuck in wanting to get over this disorder, but then being so afraid because this is who I am, and this is all I have sometimes. So, I don't know. So we'll see what the self-identity conversation is going to be like. I don't know. Let's see. Any other last official business before I scoot on in here? I started making a video last night of me actually creating a collage, and so what I'm going to try to do is fast forward it, like speed it up, so then you can see it, not in the 4 hours it takes to do it, but, within 15 minutes. And I don't know that I'm technologically savvy enough to actually be able to pull this off, but hopefully. And then I will kind of narrate what's going on. And Corp Street, I'll answer your questions about my paintings then. And I have your other questions too, which I'll probably make a question and answer blog about. I don't know when. Hopefully sometime this week I'll probably do it if I have the opportunity to upload it and tag it before this week is finished. That will be a different story. I don't know if that'll actually happen or not. As you guys have noticed, I hang on to videos for weeks at a time, then upload a ton of them and have to date them and all that jazz. So I think it's just the laziness in me. But anyhow, all right. I'm gonna try to go into IOP, and I'm gonna try to not go spastic without any Ativan. We'll see how it goes. All right. I'll probably update when I leave. So, talk to you soon.